you just decided while at Visa, you're like, hey, this is something that's really cool. Getting a lot of inbound requests for such a platform or a service that Visa could offer. And they're like, hey, maybe I could do this myself instead of doing it in-house.
True.
Was it about, because it seems like at Visa, you were having a great time, learning, growing.
So we had great. Correct. So the big challenge was that when you put things out, the downside to companies like that is that you don't control the destiny as much, right? So you are dependent on banks. You can build a great idea, great product. Implementation of it is is in the hands of bank financial institutions who don't look at it as a hobby activity. They go by ROI, right? A lot of the ideas that we put out, were never sort of took off, or not for the lack of depth in the idea, just the fact that the execution horsepower was missing in banks, or the technology was not existent. So that kind of started, getting built up as frustration in terms of not being able to put or see the execution side of things, right? As well as we also realized a number of things that we were doing, we never had platforms that were capable of solving for the new world order, right? By that, what I mean is, at a very fundamental level, if you look at banking infrastructure globally, banks have been around for many decades, right? Movement of money has been there for probably 20-30 years, where you have checks, different forms of moving money. As a case in point, PayPal came into existence 20 years ago, right, with the promise of saying we'll move money like moving, saying an email, right? 20 years out, you still have the same set of challenges in the US as moving money, right? It takes 3 days unless you're in PayPal. Things have the more things change, the more they have remained the same, right? And so
but I think that's specific to the US to a large extent.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
India has been extremely, forthcoming.
Absolutely. I'm coming to that, right? So basically, if you look at markets that are not been, that don't have that legacy, have really sort of moved fast. Case in point, India, right? Where if you look at core banking systems, it is 10, 15 years old. And we have built layers and layers on top of it, where we today have, like in payments, it's almost utility, where there's no arbitrage of cost or time that you can make it any better, right? So it's almost free. If you take UPI as an example, it costs 10 paisa for a transaction. It moves in real time. You can't make it any better, right? So what led to that is the fact that the ability for banks tech to actually go out and build at scale at one level, and also the business modeling of saying the distribution cohorts were not with the same banks. Okay? So if you look at UPI, who are powering it? It's the Phone Pays and the Bharat Pays and in all of the other, like Google Pays of the world, who really slam dunk on how you can scale and distribute efficiently, right? So it's not the banks. So a lot of the success I'll attribute it to them, right? So that's the model sort of paradigm shift that has happened in banking.
What you specifically said is that the plumbing is now created by UPI, and hence all these players are able to exist because of UPI, which has made it easy, and they go and create models and use cases and distribution, etc.
Yeah.